Hey, I'm Brian Johnson, and I'm one of the pastors at Williamsburg United Methodist Church, and this is our midweek video. Today, we are talking about something that's going to feel like it's too early, but trust me, it's not. We just started this week our pastor's Bible study for the season of Advent. Advent is the season leading up to Christmas. And I know you're going to say, it's not Advent yet, preacher. We haven't even had turkey. And that's right. I am very excited next week to eat turkey. Actually, my family's tradition is that we eat taco dip to start in the morning. And so I'm going to have some taco dip. And by the time it's time for turkey, I'll be full. A lot of those words didn't make sense. Anyway, that's not the point. Yes, we are not yet in Advent, but we have begun our Advent Bible study. In part, it's a scheduling thing because we wanted to have 4 weeks to study, and with Thanksgiving and all those things, we just wanted to have the time. The other thing is that, so the theme for our Advent Bible study is prepare the way for the Lord. It is based on we're reading along with a book that was written by Adam Hamilton, which is great, but we're talking about the life of John the Baptist. John the Baptist is one of these really interesting characters in the stories that we tell this time of year. If you use what's called the Revised Common Lectionary, which is a schedule of readings for every Sunday of the year that many churches use. We use it some Sundays we use it, some Sundays we don't. But if you use that schedule of readings, 2 of the 4 Sundays during the season of Advent, the season of preparation leading up to Christmas, 2 of those Sundays are about John the Baptist. And that feels weird because at Christmas, we're going to talk about baby Jesus, and John's grown up and a little bit wild. He's not Jesus. And the stories about him take place when Jesus is a grown-up, when Jesus is about to begin his public ministry. So why? Why is John the Baptist important? Why are you invited to be a part of this study that we've got in person and online throughout the season of Advent? Why are we talking about him? Why will we have a sermon that talks about John the Baptist during Advent? Because John is the one who calls us to prepare the way of the Lord. He is the one who was sent, who's prophesied in the Old Testament. All the Gospels start by talking about John. John is the one who calls us to turn away from all the evil and all the injustice. Not to turn away as in to ignore, but to walk away, to resist, to stop our practices of sin and evil and injustice, and to instead turn our lives towards Jesus. John is, we can think of him as the last of the Old Testament prophets. He has 1 foot in the Old Covenant and 1 foot in the New Covenant. John is the one who says, hey, get ready, because Jesus is going to show up. Get ready, make room in your lives, because Jesus is on the way. And one of the things we talked about this week in this pastor's Bible study is that that's not just a call from 2,000 years ago before Jesus was born or before Jesus showed up for his public ministry, but that is a call that is given to each of us every day. Each of us is invited to prepare ourselves, to make space in our lives for Jesus to show up. Each of us is called to sweep out the dust and the cobwebs from our hearts and make room for God to find a home there. Each of us is called to live in such a way in our world that we make space for the work of God, that we make room for Jesus to be at work among us and through us. Each of us is called in our relationships, in our community, in our actions, to pray and to hope and to work that God would be more fully present today and each day. And so, again, I hope you'll take part in this Bible study. It's really great. There's some amazing themes about how God shows up and works through unexpected people, right? Not only in the Gospel of Luke do we get the story of Mary giving birth miraculously, but John's parents are beyond childbearing age, and yet they have this child miraculously by the work of God. We talk about how God uses unexpected people, how we're never too old for God to use us, we're never too young for God to use us, how God can use all sorts of people. So there's great things going on in this study. But if you take nothing else away and you never participate in the study that we've just started, I encourage you to remember that you are called to make your life ready for God to show up in it, to make our world ready for God to be at work in it. So may you prepare the way for the Lord by doing justice, by loving kindness, by walking humbly with others. May you prepare the way for the Lord, make space for God to show up by being a person of love and mercy and care. Peace, you are loved.